The league's leading rusher, Derrick Henry, has hit his stride at the right point. The Titans running back has gone over 100 yards in 6 of his last 7 games, including his 182-yard game on the ground that single-handedly knocked out Tom Brady and the Patriots in Foxborough last week. That day was also his birthday. Fox Sports NFL analyst Eric Dickerson joining us now. Eric, do you see any of yourself in Derrick Henry?
That's a great question.
Well, first of all, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. You know, I met Derrick Henry, really nice young man.
Okay.
Where did you meet him?
It was a signing. I forgot what city, maybe Chicago or someplace. And this guy said, "I want you to meet Derrick Henry." I said, "I want to meet him." I'm good.
2 years ago?
It was coming into his rookie season.
Okay.
Rookie season. So, and I walked up to him, I'm like, "Dang, this is a big running back." I mean, I'm 6'3". I played at 220, 225. And he is wide. I mean, he's big and
Is he
wide.
taller than 6'3"?
I think he's about 6'4.5", almost 6'5".
Wow.
I mean, he's a big guy. So when I see him,
I was at the game, Skip, in October when the Broncos played Derrick Henry.
True.
I'm 245. Derrick Henry 15, 20 pounds heavier.
he is not 245.
Derrick Henry is 15, 20 pounds heavier than me.
Yeah,
So we're going 6'4.5", 260.
I
would
guarantee
say
you 260.
He easy 6'5" or 6'4.5".
That's
255,
crazy to me.
260.
This is a huge human being.
Yes.
This is a big man. And, you know, and the thing I think when people saw him come out of college, you know, I think about those Alabama running backs, take a lot of hits.
Rest.
You know, a lot of hits. And they look at his speed, I think a 4.55, you know, wasn't real, they think it's not real fast. But to me, that 40 is always overrated.
Yes.
I just think it's over. I think, you know, you cannot really compare guys, the heart of, especially a running back. Me, I ran a 4.3 40 or 4.3 something, 4.3 flat and 4.31. And when I looked at him, I'm like, it's a lot like me. But, you know, the thing is that with Derrick Henry, as the game goes on, just like I did, as the game, when you get to those 25, 30 carries, all of a sudden, that's when that defense don't want anymore. You saw it in New England. I won't forget when we played the Detroit Lions my rookie season. I came on the field, and, you know, you've been hearing how big because they heard how big I was. There's 2 DBs. They said, "That's a running back? Damn, that's a big running back." And I guarantee you, guys said that about Derrick Henry.
Yes,
They
absolutely.
said, "Man, that's a defensive lineman." I mean, and in the 4th quarter, you know, you don't want to take them hits. I can tell you, when we played the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, here we go again. You just have to bring
I just
this
had
up.
to bring it up, Skip.
And you're talking about the playoff
With the
game.
playoff game. We played the Cowboys. I was giving it to him. Matter of fact, it was one guy, Eugene Lockhart. Me and Eugene Lockhart hated each other. Hated each other. With the University of Houston.
Yep.
We always talk noise to each other. And so that game, I couldn't wait. You know, he was talking for the game. I'm talking to him. And I don't really talk. And about the 3rd quarter, he tried to arm tackle me. I broke his forearm. And when I went by, I said, "Oh, that hurt, that didn't it? That hurt, didn't it? That hurt." I could see. They didn't want no more of that. And with Derrick Henry, you see the same thing. Later on in this game, those defenses, they don't want him anymore.
Okay, so we are starting to see a little Eric Dickerson then in Derrick Henry.
A little bit. I mean, because
Just a little bit?
I like the big backs. I mean, I feel like a big back can really dish it out. Because think about it. Late in the game, a guy that's 5'8", 5'9", what is he really going to do? I mean, he's a scat back. I mean, he's quick. I mean, but a guy that's 6'4", 6'5", you 6'3", them linebackers, they got to take on those shit. They got to wrestle with this offensive lineman. I got to make this tackle.
And it was cold and rainy.
Is that they showing it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. See, look at that. Look. Now, look. Everybody, oh, no, I don't want none of that.
Oh, he won.
They hugging him. They hugging him. They hugging him. Look right now. He don't. Look, I'm just gonna reach
gonna
out.
let you run to
At
the
22,
sideline.
I'm gonna push him out of bounds. Like I say, they're making business decisions with him.
What I look at is, the only thing in the similarities I see between you two guys, yeah, both of you are big running backs, but it's the upright running style. ED was not a run-to-contact running back. This guy is running. He's looking for a collision. You would run. Look, if I need the first down, I get you.
Okay.
But Henry, he's not avoiding any contact. First down, second down, third down, it doesn't even matter. He's looking to punish somebody for the very reason ED's talking about. Come late 3rd, 4th quarter, I'll make you turn it down. I'll make it, nah, I want this. I'm going to try to push you out of bounds. I'm not trying to stop you in the hole. So that's really the only similarities. And Skip, we asked about could he be an all-time great? We asked that earlier in the week with Reggie. I said, I'm going to need more production.
Yeah.
Because ED led the league in rushing his first 2 years. For your first 6 years, you led the league in rushing. So we saw that production from ED early on, and it didn't stop. He changed teams and still led the league in rushing. So for me, I'm going to need to see a little bit more of it. But, Skip, you got to see, I just wish people could see Derrick Henry up close.
Yes.
To really get a sense of just how, and people's like, man, you big. Derrick Henry outweighs me by 15, 20 pounds, I promise you. And he's, I'm 6'2".
That's crazy.
Derrick Henry's 6'4", 6'3", at bare minimum.
Easy 6'4". I'm telling you, when you see him,
Can I ask a dumb question? Yeah. Why list him at 6'3" then? If he's bigger and weighs more, why
I don't know. Sometimes, I mean, I want to list him bigger.
Yeah.
Because
like,
in the old days, the guy was, if he was 5'10", or if the guy was 6'4", they list him at 6'6.5". You know,
sure.
255. You know, he may be 235.
Yeah.
But it sounds better for a running back to be 6'3", 245.
It does?
As opposed to 260. You're like, oh, that joke too.
Like he won't run
can't run.
as fast?
Yeah, he's too slow.
But that joke, man.
So I've said many times, sitting in this chair with this man sitting to my left, he, to me, was the greatest running back who ever carried a football. And there are a bunch of great ones, but I just believe in power and speed, the combination. I've never seen anything like this, but I had the privilege of seeing him when he was a freshman in his first summer camp at Southern Methodist University, and it was just extraordinary. It was man among boys when he stepped on your first SMU practice field. But to my eye, and I'm just watching TV, and I've been watching a whole lot of games on TV for a whole long time, it really knocked my eyes out to see what he did to the Patriot defense on Saturday night. Because what is the mantra about Bill Belichick? He takes away what you do best.
Yep.
Yeah.
He couldn't take this away. His defense was quitting on him in the fourth quarter because of every reason you just gave. I said, it's a moose who's running like a deer, because I saw a burst that shocked me, a burst that I've been hoping that I would continue to see in my guy Ezekiel Elliott that I did not see this year. I'm talking about TV burst where it leaps off your screen and you say, really? Because I get running over people, but he was also running past people.
Yeah.
182 yards. 96 of those yards came after contact. So he's running over somebody, and then he's accelerating, and I didn't know he had that in him because I don't think the Titans thought he had that in him. This is a fairly new phenomenon, and I know he led the league in rushing, but he didn't really catch fire until the last 5 games when they started feeding the beast. He averaged 26 carries a game in the last 5, and they're just going up, 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 up.
Right.
And I'm looking for 30-ish odd. I don't know what was your high carries? I don't know. Did you ever
38.
38 carries, okay.
38 carries.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if we see 35-ish carries at Baltimore, depending on if they can score first.
Well, Skip, they were splitting carries with him.
Right.
And he's a guy that he needs a bare minimum 25 because it's those last 10.
Because they had signed Deion Lewis, their little scat back from New England, right?
Right.
And for the longest, they were trying to put the game in Marcus Mariota's hand. And finally, they said, no more of him. Ryan Tannehill, you got the job, but we are going to feed the beast.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
And if Ryan Tannehill throws 10 passes, they're going to be happy if they win because that's how they play football.
Right.
Okay?
But if you look at Derrick Henry's career, Skip, if you look at him his sophomore year, he had limited touches. It is like, okay, man, that's a big guy. He can do some things. And then his junior year, when they gave him all those touches, 2,200 yards, he's a guy, he needs the ball. He's not like some guys, Skip, like we see guys that split carries, and sometimes they can get like Tony Pollard. That game against the Rams, he had, 13, 14 carries? Go for it. That's not Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry needs carries. And if you give him carries, you'll reap the benefits, the tail end. The last 10, the 12 carries is where you're going to see those yards because everybody's tired of trying to bang on him.
True.
Those first 12 to 15 carries.
It's like that diesel truck. You start it up and it's just going on the freeway.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you get at the open road, all of a sudden it's opened up.
Yeah.
And that's Derrick Henry. I mean, I was a back. I liked over 20 carries. Like people say, oh, he got 15 or 6. That's no carries. That's no carries to me.
You just get me warmed up.
Give me that 25, 26. I was good with 30 carries. I mean, because now.
So, can the potential next Eric Dickerson carry the Tennessee Titans to a win at Baltimore on Saturday night?
Whew, that's going to be a tough one. You know what? I think that if I'm the Titans, if they win the coin toss, they should take the ball because they need to score.
Right.
They need to score. They need to take them and to have that 15-play drive. 15 play, get it on down there. And because I think people say that, Baltimore has had 2 weeks off. They might be a little bit rusty.
3 weeks.
3 weeks, so they might be a little bit rusty. But let me tell you something. This is a well-oiled machine. They're well-coached. I don't think that the Baltimore Ravens will lose this football game unless, by some chance, like to say that they can sustain these, just keep Lamar Jackson on the sideline. That's the only way they win.
I agree.
But other than that, I think that Baltimore will win this football game. And I'll say my score. I'll give you a score. I think 30-14. I think it's going to be. I think they're going to beat them good.
30-14.
I mean, I think they're going to beat them really good. You got to understand, Skip, as you know, this is a really good football team. They're really good. They do a lot of things really well.
And opening drives, they're normally really good.
Really good. Ask the Rams.
You don't want them to send that message where Lamar comes on the field first and he goes 14, 16 plays, and they're like, man.
Yeah.
Ooh,
3 weeks off.
They can
feels
run.
like
They
a
can
long
run
time,
it
though, to
because
me.
they weren't really concerned last week about the Patriots running the football.
What's your score?
What my score?
have it?
Yours was
31-20.
31-20.
So you got it fairly solid.
31-20.
Okay,
BMO.
31 points. I hope I'm wrong about this, but I got a bad feeling for my guy, Lamar Jackson. I love Lamar Jackson. The league needs Lamar to advance. Fox needs Lamar to advance to the Super Bowl because the Super Bowl is on Fox. Undisputed will be there all week on South Beach. And yet, this is wrong place, wrong time, I feel or fear for the Ravens. Because 3 weeks, it's almost 3 weeks, it's 20 days off, is just too many for a young quarterback and a hot offense. I think they will start slow while Tennessee will go in there and start fast. I think Tennessee will score first and maybe score second. And if they score second also, it's going to be a long day because they're going to have to try to tackle the moose who runs like a deer.
I don't think the league has figured out Lamar Jackson yet. One thing is, especially with the quarterbacks, now you really can't hit him. And he can do so many things. And I said this to some friends of mine. We're talking about Lamar Jackson. When you're fast, you do everything fast. You move fast. I mean, he runs fast. He reads the defenses really fast. When he does that read option, you see it. It's almost like a read option. I see the guy coming open fast. And so for him, I don't think it's going to change. I mean, I just feel like that. I know his last year, San Diego beat him up. He had a terrible game. Lamar Jackson went to Louisville. He didn't go to Alabama. I mean, he's a guy like myself. I guarantee he's heard his whole life, you can't do it. You can't do it. You can't play quarterback. I think at one point, they wanted to move him from quarterback. His mom went to say, oh, no, my son playing quarterback.
They asked him, did he want to try some receiver?
He wanted to play some receiver. No,
Wait a second. Nobody ever said you couldn't do anything.
Oh, yes, they did.
They did not.
Trust me, Skip.
You were the number one recruit in the nation.
But let me tell you, being the number one recruit, but I kept hearing, he's from a small school, two-way school.
Okay.
It's always something.
Yeah, he can't, man. I heard it. Eric playing pro football? Oh, when I went, wait till you get to college. Them the big boys. He ain't gonna make it up there. Why? So when I did it well in college, I wait till you get to the pros. Damn. But then all of a sudden, when I had the 2,000 yards, yeah, he good, but he ain't my kind of back.
Oh, yeah, there's always
He's not my kind of player. So, hey.
Now, the best players come from Class 8.
Yeah.
Herschel Walker, Sam Bailey, myself, my brother,
Damn, you got bad.
Garrison Hurst, all us Class A, Skip. George Rogers in Class A.
You just put
I was
yourself
2A.
in the same sentence with Herschel Walker?
I might have been a better NFL player than Herschel while y'all talking.
It's time for all that.
College and high school, now I can't remember. Big dog in high school was 3,000 yards in 13 games. Oh, Big Dog was doing it back then.
Oh, he was doing it.
Looking forward to this one. Oh, by the way, did you see what Derrick Henry got his O-line?
What do you got?
Some new Rolexes to say thank you. So he's thanking the guys.
I used to do that, but I couldn't buy Rolexes.
Yeah,
I bought some rings and some boots.
Hey,
Actually,
I'll take a Rolex.
my first Pro Bowl in the All-Pro was 93. I took my incentive money and I brought the offensive lineman Rolexes.
See, like,
So
how
I had that money.
awesome is
Yeah,
that?
You got to take care of them guys.
I wish I had that money back right now, though.
So if they do it again, does he have to buy another?
I don't know how
something, or
you
is
keep.
it-
Hey, no, they better give some
else.
It's impressive either way. This will be a good one.
four-wheelers or something.
Yeah, something. Eric, always good to have
Thank you,
you,
thank you.
especially for that one. What was the most shocking part of Russell Westbrook's return to OKC last night?
Good
We'll
question.
discuss next.
Uh-oh.